Hi all, I have an amazing game of Joseph Blackburne to show you. He was actually playing blindfolded this game, believe it or not. So this was against Alexander Steinkuehler, played in Manchester 1863. E4 from Alexander. We have E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop C4, bishop C5. So this is Joko piano. C3, knight F6, D4, black took. Now we have a check. Bishop takes D2 check, and normally here knight B takes D2. This is in fact the only game in ChessBase live book where knight F takes D2 was played, which does drop a pawn. So yeah, Blackburne's opponent here might not be the strongest player in the world. Knight takes D4, white castles D6. It's not the greatest gambit here. Knight B3, that's just taken. Queen takes. Black castles, which defends F7. Rook E1. And now very aggressive knight H5, trying to go to F4, maybe with the follow-up Queen G5. Very aggressive stuff. White does play quite a logical move now, E5. And perhaps black should ideally play knight F4, it seems here, to maintain advantage. So for example, E takes, Queen takes. But in the game we have a much more direct attacking attempt with Queen G5. And in fact, after E takes D6, white isn't doing that badly now after knight F4. Here it seems white could have played Queen G3 and a lot of his problems would have perhaps been solved, but instead after knight F4 he slipped in what seems to be an ingenious tactical move. Can you guess what white plays here if I give you 5 seconds starting from now? Okay, white plays bishop takes F7. In the short term, this is quite ingenious. In the longer term, it can be ignored and it's actually activating a rook. So if it's taken, then there's rook E8 checkmate. So that's the clever point. But if it's ignored now, it kind of backfires by being ignored because it's really just activated a rook, which is quite dangerous. We see G3. Now black just takes on D6 for the moment. White does connect his rooks at least. But here now, knight H3 check, King G2, another very dangerous move which basically double attacks here and here and here. So the bishop, yeah, is a tactical liability, a source of tempo. But white is threatened with mate in 2. For example, as well, the more significant threat here, I'll give you an example, is Queen takes F2 and Queen F3 would be checkmate. So white actually decided to play the move bishop D5 in this position. In fact, there's a back row issue because black's rooks are not connected. In fact, white can play F3 technically. If we take this, then just queen takes, because there's a back row issue. So F3 is actually possible, but black is still better in this position after F3. But anyway, in the game, bishop D5 was played, and it seems as though this controls the key diagonal, so it shouldn't be that bad. It shouldn't be the end of the world if after Queen takes F2, right? But there's a nasty shocker of a combination here. Well, quite beautiful actually. I wonder if you can analyze it. If you want to like pause the video, I'll give you 5 seconds from now to pause the video. You might want to analyze to see if you can find the forced win here for black. And remember, Blackburne did it blindfolded. So big challenge to you out there, YouTubers. Can you find a forced checkmate? here. It's actually, it's. I think it's quite tricky to find, because it has an element of square vacation. But congratulations if you have found this combination, not just the first move, the whole combination. Queen G1 check. Forcing rook takes G1. Knight F2 check. Forcing King G2, and that's vacated the H3 square. Bishop H3 checkmate. And according to Blackburne's notes, in chess language, this is like a clean mate. I think he considers that because each piece is just one square only. There's no redundant pieces. So the knight's covering the escape square H1, the bishop's covering F1, the rook F3. So he considered it a clean checkmate. But it's really quite impressive because it was done, especially because it was done in a blindfold format, to find this nice combination at the end. So aesthetically pleasing finish there. I hope you agree. Comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks very much.